Okay, this is how to fix a puncture on your road bike. So, first of all, obviously get your bike. I find it easier to do this with it turned over. Back. We assume it's on the back, so all we have to do then is undo that. Undo that a bit. Lift the wheel out. You have to lift your chain out the way. And there you have the wheel with puncture, which we're going to fix. Okay, so once you've got the wheel off, the things you'll need to fix the puncture are a new inner tube. You can repair the old one. You also need these are tyre levers. They normally come in sets of 3. You might already have some. If not, they're like £1 from Decathlon for a set. If you don't want to use them, you can use like a couple of spoons, but that's generally a bad idea. That can scratch your rim. But you can wrap some tape around the handle there and use them if you really want to. And the other thing you'll need is a pump to put the air back in once we've done it. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is to get the tyre off the wheel. Okay, so what we're going to do is, with our tyre levers, we're going to put them under the tyre, under the edge of the tyre, and use them to lever the tyre off the rim. So if you put two next to each other like that, you can kind of pull the tyre down like that. They have hooks on normally, so you can hook them around a spoke. So you can see we've got a gap in the middle. So once you have two with a gap in the middle, the tyre is starting to come off. So then you need to get the third one in. And you can see as you start to work further around, the tyre will come off more easily. Eventually you'll get to a stage where the tyre is coming off really easily, and you can actually just slide one round. Slide that all the way around until that you can see the edge of the tyre. There's a gap here between the edge of the tyre and the rim, all the way around. So once you have that, the tyre's off. You only need to take it off one side. You can leave it on the other side. So then you need to get the inner tube out of the tyre. So if you avoid where the valve is, anywhere else, you can just pull that out. So you just work all the way around. Pull the tyre out back to the valve. Then where the valve is, you'll need to sort of fold the tyre out the way. And pull that out. So once you've got the inner tube off the bike, you need to find a hole if you're going to repair it. This one's off a BMX, but it's the same thing. So the first thing that you want to do is find either a bucket of water or a convenient beader. Fill it full of a bit of water, and then put some air in the tyre, in the inner tube, sorry. You can then use the bucket of water to find where the hole is, because you see bubbles coming out of the inner tube. So once you've found where the hole is, you might have to move the tyre tube round a bit to find it. Once you find it, put your finger over it, remember where it is, and then you just want to dry that off. Once that's dry, make sure you can see the little hole, and then you just peel the back off that and stick it over the hole. While you're doing this, it's a good idea to find out why you got a puncture. So sort of be careful, but you can put your thumb or your finger and run that around the inside of the tyre. And when there's a big thorn sticking through there, it'll make a hole in your thumb, and you'll know that's what it was. So once you've fixed your puncture, or if you're just using a new inner tube, you need to refit that into the tyre. So if you assume you're using a new one, it's going to come wrapped up like that, and just put a little bit of air in that first. Into the tyre the way you took the other one out. Just be careful not to squash it against the tyre and the rim. All we need to do is re-put this tyre on the inside of the rim. So you'll find that you can just push that in with your fingers. And you get to a point where that starts to get difficult and you can't. So for that last bit that you can't do by hand, you need the tyre levers again. Just put it in the gap, hold it at one end, and lever the tyre back on. Again, you need to do it a few times. Eventually. So just check that the inner tube isn't trapped anywhere, and then that's it. So when you fix that, you just put the wheel back in the same way as we took it out. Lift the chain out of the way. Drop it back in through the brakes. And then tighten that up a bit. And close that. You can check that that's alright with spinning the wheel. There you go.